Greetings and salutations. I am Karen Russmore and I am late. That works. Okie dokie. So this is my Thursday stream, so I'll be continuing on with my playthrough of Pillars of Eternity. I think I'm somewhere in the Durgan's battery. And starting to get into the lower levels, heading towards the forge itself. Although I think there was a bit of a twist, because it seemed to suggest as you were going through it that it was a civil war between the dwarves that was to blame for Durgan's battery falling. However, now it seems like that maybe there's another entity involved in all of this. And it's as much as I remember. So yeah, that's where we're at, I think. Yeah, I can't really think of much else to say. Nope. Nothing's coming to mind, so well, I've not even started up the game. I'm going to start up the game in the background. Things might get a little bit weird, but especially with the audio, but I'll not switch it over until the game's actually loaded at least. Because nobody wants to see all of that. Just might double down on some of the audio for a bit. Okay, the game is loaded. I click on that, I click on that, I click on that, and then I click on that. And then I go back to this and close that, because we don't want two copies of the audio going. So yeah, we've just gone into the Foundry. We're on session 26 this evening. Right. So yeah, came in from up over here, not done this room, not gone that way. It's as much as I remember. But Devil of Karak is an interesting character, but God, they are squishy. Oops, some daisies. Technically that's me poisoned. I'll be okay. I usually am. It's one of them things where it's like if you get any of this on your skin, then you're classified as poisoned. Don't ask me why, it's just them rules. But you know, unless you saturate yourself in it, it's probably not going to be too bad.
Of course.
Yeah, the Devil of Karak is very squishy, which is slightly concerning. Most of the things that come out of here. A star-patterned crack radiates from the center of this table as if a hammer or mace smashed it. A pair of skeletal hands protrude from beneath. Well, I'm guessing something went squish.
If you say so. That'll do.
And some other stuff. I think I've just pushed that into somebody's inventory. I did though. I didn't want to do that. So I don't know if I can open this door. We're gonna give it a push. And we're gonna give it a look-see. The hole bore into the stone, its edges are blackened with gritty with soot. are blackened and gritty with soot.
Fetch our best armors. They must stand up to the heat.
Right away, Master Vassal.
Pliers, picks, and awls were made for shaping metal. Dried blood flakes off them like rust. Cracked skulls and splintered bones lie in a jumble. Most of the remains have been ground into dust. Greetings and salutations, J Station. Only found the pillars for a very, very long time ago so far. Need to pump up those numbers. What numbers? Viewership? Yeah, I have no idea which numbers you're on about. Put that into the inventory. That goes into there. Everything goes into there. Hey, a trap has been detected.
If you say so.
From a very, very long time ago up to eternity.
If you say so. That'll do.
The Howler numbers. No idea what. Oh! Quest item, Adrasphere. No idea what that's about. Don't need any more camping supplies. Might actually take a camp somewhere close.
Stand your ground!
I don't like all these patterns on the floor and whatnot.
Quickly! There's not much time!
Feels like everything is going to be a trap.
Alone, we've never introduced this much essence into the White Forge.
Abidan gave us the tools, Vassal. We've got to make them work.
So it sounds like they were trying to come up with a plan. Books and passages scrawled with equations and measurements of essence are scattered across the table. As if someone went through them in a hurry. The margins of this text are scribbled with notes and references. The ink-stained pages appear to have seen much use in earlier times. The removable and transference of souls is a practice both ancient and sophisticated. There is evidence that the Nguithans were particularly adept at this, yet few details have survived them. Someone scrawled, Annals of the Paragon, a page... 386 to 382 to 386 below this paragraph. What is known that the removal of a soul is a difficult process and one that requires an expert hand and precise tools for any chance of success. Earlier attempts on a test pool of 138 goats left most of the subjects with maimed or fractured skulls. In all but 2 of the 11 instances where the soul was successfully removed, the essence dissipated before the scholars could capture it. The words transfer to holding vessel are written and underlined in the margin. The process requires conductive materials, copper and adra specifically. Immersion in water is important to ensure that the soul is drawn in a steady and uniform manner, with no distortions or breakages. A warped soul is, at best, useless, at worst, unpredictable. Hey, Saber, hey, my cat. An arrow points from this paragraph to a scrunch note. Extraction pool in CR, 18 feet wide by 3 feet deep. We have since mastered the process of soul transference and seen the benefits of infusing forge works with an essence of animal and wild. What remains to be seen is whether we might see greater gains from using the souls of Kith, where we would procure the appropriate subjects, and how much personality and autonomy we want to leave intact in how much personality and autonomy we want to leave intact in such cases. A string of notes winds around and below this paragraph, beginning with criminals, prisoners of war, volunteers, and ending with forge guardians in blocked letters.
If you say so. Got it done.
Oh, I've been doing some soul removal stuff in my homebrew gammed. I'll have to compare notes. I mean, they don't really go into too much detail other than it's possible. Your skin prickles as you approach the vat. It teems with soul energy, with lives spent and stored thrice over. Essence roils like churning water running over ancient pipes and gears. But there, within the vat itself, lies a heavy stone disc, rune engraved and pale as bone. Reach for the object. You feel a chill run up your arm, and the moment your fingers brush the disc's surface, whispers erupt from the stone around you, and out of the chorus rises a single, steady voice.
Stop! These methods belong to us, to the Pargrunin!
What happened here?
You would steal from us? From the...
Abidan himself. You will regret your trespass.
You hear grinding, clicking noises. You hear a grinding, clicking noise from the hall. Something moans and snarls outside. I mean, you all died a long time ago. We gained the Adra disc, though. Oh.
You gotta see this.
Ah, more wraiths and spirits and spectres. Everybody's stunned?
Let's try
Parathis!
We're getting shafted from both sides. Ah, that's me KO'd. Will you do one of these things which will heal you? You have a problem.
Here's to a fresh start.
You're not getting through me.
God. People are talking. Who would want to volunteer to have their soul removed? Probably nothing. Just wind. I would, but I think I saw mine off ages back. A deal's a deal. Yes. I mean,
Leave it to me.
I think it depends on your circumstance, because, you know, let's say there was a mining accident that left you crippled from the waist down or from the neck down, or something drastic like that. and you know your your entire existence currently is just lying around staring at the ceiling because you literally can't do anything else. And then somebody offers you, yeah, we're going to extract your soul and then we're going to put it into a robotic body.
Can't move.
And see how it goes? Nope, wrong button.
That's not very helpful.
Ready, Watcher.
I can sell the souls on my feet. Would that count? No, it wouldn't. My cat. Frag's sake. It's these stuns that really wind me up.
Leave it to me.
Keep piling out the magic missiles. I could put my soul into a suit of armor as long as we don't have a little sister we're also trying to revive.
Hey.
I mean, who would want a little sister to try and revive?
That'll do.
Of course.
Right, everybody retreat back to this room. Everybody's seriously messed up. And rest. So I think that was the Bright Hollow Courtyard Pool. We've got the Botanical Gardens in 2 days, and we've got the merchant stalls in 1 day. Gonna go with the merchants. No, we're gonna go with the Botanical Gardens. I know it's going to take longer, but you know, it's not exactly a long time. Right. Now that we're all rested up, let's save. And try not to get killed. One of my D&D characters was a suit of animated armor with a Crusader Knight Soul fighter champion. Fair enough. Well, the thing is, I get it to a certain degree, you know, this.
Stand ready, Commandant.
Yeah. You wouldn't, for example, have somebody who is in a perfectly healthy body want to go through a soul process just for the sake of I get to be, you know, in a suit of magic armor.
I'm here.
You're not getting through. That's not very helpful.
Oh. Where?
So the reason why I can't hear the occasional crack of a gun, the person with the gun can't get in range. Oh, but it helps too much because it's paralyzed half the time. Keeping a light soul removal is a bit more fatal on my homebrew. I mean, most soul removal is considered pretty fatal in a lot of cases. It's just what happens with the soul after that. It's the usual thing of sort of like makes it interesting. You know, unless you're real careful with that kind of thing, then it does tend to be, you know, dead and the soul just disappears off into the ether.
Abidan, guide us.
Yes, yes, Abaddon guide us. Boulders and stone blocks tumble from the broken wall. It would require at least a dozen arrowmen to move even one of them.
Word, Dave. Feel down. Unsigned.
Not getting through me.
You're not looking so healthy. You're also stunned, so you can't actually do anything. Hey, the keymaker. How's it going?
Hi?
Everybody stop getting seriously injured. Why can't you... Oh no, you're dead. Or unconscious, I should say. What's this thing? This globe is marked with various paragram settlements around Eora.
I'm going.
Hey.
Meditate on those who came before you and those who go beyond you. Remember your remember first your father and last your younger brother. But know all paragram as kin.
Of course.
The corners of this tablet are chipped but otherwise in good condition. It reads, "We plant ourselves in a strange and wild land, but remember well our roots. Though distant, we still know us still as kin."
If you say so. Got it done.
Cracks snake across the stone tablet. Its edges are worn smooth over centuries of handling. It reads, "We who stand shoulder to shoulder alongside the oldest Kith empires send you forth. Honor us as we remember you." This gilded globe has been crafted with exquisite detail. Mountains of Hammond gold rise over smooth, mirror-smooth seas, and the rivers that carve the continents are as thin and neat as if carved with a razor. 3 perfect sapphires mark the locations in Realtime, Old Villania, and the Living Lands. The bronze band that circles the globe is inscribed with 3 lines repeating. Remember all paragram, from the oldest before you to the youngest who follow you. I know that film is this game is about the Pillars of Eternity. Still not quite sure what they are, although I do have a feeling I know roughly what they are. The cycle of life and death has been interrupted, and we can see past souls and are trying to figure out what is going wrong with it. Just about everything. It is pretty much a... it's not using Dungeons and Dragons rules, but it's using a variant on something very similar to. But it does have that oldie feel to a lot of games. Probably came out in the early 2000s, maybe the late 90s. Of sort of like, you know, crawling dungeons, talking to people. Are they Eternal Pillars? Well, they seem to have been around for a very long time. The round sapphires are just large enough for you to press them with your thumb. You test them and feel some kind of spring-loading mechanism beneath them, but you can't determine anything further. Oldest to youngest. Old Verlaine. Realtime. Nope. Old Verlaine in the Living Lands. It clicks into place beneath a rippling ridge of mountains. Pressing the sapphire for Realtime. It clicks into place along a curving coastline. As the last of the sapphire snaps into place, the globe glows with veins of brilliant blue light. Then it rotates a quarter turn. As the lights die out, you hear clanking gears and grinding stone from the one side of the room. Ah, we found a secret door. Boots of Evasion and Belt of Constitution. Braces of Spiritual Power, spell damage. Let's take them into hand. And what are you wearing? Dexterity +2. Well, seeing as though you're the one mainly using all the spells around here, I'm putting them on for a bit. Clear out some inventory space a little bit. Why am I still carrying around a fish? But yeah, you have a party of 6 people, although there are some NPCs who you can swap in and out for if you don't like the look of these people. I mainly choose people on how entertaining they are, not so concerned about how useful they are in the group, like this person. They had, they're a murderer, and known as Adela the Karok. Very interesting that their soul has been ripped out of their body and put into an automaton that just is very spiteful and sarcastic, which I find so entertaining. What's this Galvino's resonance amplifier for? It sends out a pulse of energy generated by the memories from soul fragments Galvino collected in the device address shard. The individual's dormant lives resonate with the echo by momentarily pushing forward through their present lives the sea of consciousness. The subjects are not aware that this is happening, but the disturbance can be perceived through special lenses or, luckily, the eyes of a watcher. I don't like that Galvino fellow anyway, so if I forget what that's for and how I'm supposed to use it, I'm not going to care overly. Well, this was just a treasure room. Well, that looks to be a blocked corner. It's just this door here, and then there's that archway down at the end of this corridor, but the doorway is probably less important. Let's have a quick save. And
Strengthen us with your flame, Lord Abidan.
Temper us for the crucible ahead.
A bronze statue of Abaddon stands over incense ash and rusted metal tokens. We're gonna take your offerings. Could have sworn both of them opened up. Precepts and proverbs of Abaddon. For every work there is a practice. Arm yourself with skill and temper your labors with patience. Strike only when your medium is ready. Do not cold work plate. Brittle steel is worse than a treacherous friend. Temper your work lest it shatter like glass. Fools praise appearance, but the master praises strength. True virtue lies in work well done. Pattern welded steel shall be folded no fewer than 7 times. The finest smith cannot shape poor metals. Set your hand to steels that have been properly treated with charcoal. Like a room full of discord is a forge with uneven heat. Do not let it pervert your metal. As the blows of your hammer speak to the steel, let the color of the steel speak to the smith. Like a babe is heated steel, fragile and easily corrupted. Handle it gently, lest your haste twist and warp it. Do not neglect work that lies hidden and unseen, for a shoddy tang can break the blade. The wise smith works carefully and anneals but once. A careless smith weeps to find flaws after the steel is hardened and tempered. As a blade draws in multiple heats, as a blade drawn in multiple heats is work done in its proper time. Don't make these things easy to remember, do they? Spiteful and sarcastic. You mean everyone in customer service? I mean, I didn't turn out spiteful and sarcastic after working in customer service. I started out this way. A curse of cold clay. All across the Eastern Reach, people are being buried in graveyards and returning from the dead as vampires. Examination by locals revealed that the Animancers have tampered with several grave sites prior to burial. Local lords have released bounties for the capture of whoever is responsible. Unfortunately, the rapid spread of the event led many to believe that a group, not a single individual, is behind the experiment. Let's send the Grieving Mother. Oh, don't them automatons look fun? Bones chipped but whole have been swept into a pile.
If you say so.
I'll take a look.
Got it done.
It looks like these skeletons were once stacked but have fallen apart as their connective tissue wasted away.
The Guardians will hold the door as long as need be.
Everyone else is ready. So few of us remain.
Lord Abidan, guide our hands and steel our hearts. Give us the mercy of your forge.
The pillar tugs at your essence. A pulse from the world itself moves through it.
I've seen better.
The interior of the forge is crusted with dark, rippled stone. A few tokens, filthy coins, and tattered ribbons have been scattered in the bone pile. A large stone dragon skull stands as a silent vigil at one end of this circular chamber. Within its maw is a network of steel dividers, tubes, and vents, indicating that this impressive construction served as a furnace for the White Forge. There's a shallow basin at the front of the furnace, and in the eye sockets of the skull itself are golden rings, evidently meant to house some manner of instrument or gem. Place an adrosphere in the left eye socket. Well, with a little climbing you are able to reach the eye socket and carefully wedge the sphere in place. It fits snugly and you think you sense a small ripple of energy as the eye is set within. You feel a faint vibration through the skull. It grows in intensity until the very ground seems to shake, loose cobblestones rattling in their settings. You leap from the furnace to confront what is coming.
What stirs in the heart of the battery?
Yeah, I don't think anything's coming. Blah blah blah. Place an adrosphere in the right eye socket. You climb into position and carefully set the adrosphere into the golden ring at the center of the skull's eye socket. The sphere fits perfectly, and as it drops into place, a peculiar burst of energy ripples outwards from the dragon's eye and through you. The air shifts almost imperceptibly around you. The adrosphere has been placed. The adrosphere you have placed suddenly blazes with orange light, fading from a blinding brightness to a vibrant glow of the campfire. A thin smoke rises from both orbs, and in the depths of the furnace you think you hear the rattling of machinery.
Heat. Tremors. They return.
And yet we're still going to continue playing with it. Blah blah blah. The skull gazes down at you with a burning red gaze, its eyes restored. In the basin at the base of the furnace you note a rectangular gap, as if something once sat within. Place the stone disc at the hollow space behind the basin. You place the stone disc in the basin and find it fits perfectly within the hollow. Before your eyes, the disc turns of its own accord, rotating this way and that before finally sinking into position. From deep within the furnace comes a startling metallic screech, as if some hidden mechanism has come to life. From the vents around you rise hot, stale air and the glow of the rising fires. A gust of hot air erupts from the stone dragon's maw. Molten ore dripping from the basin and dark billowing smoke begins to gush from between the skull's fangs. You hear another rending shriek, but not of machinery. Around you rises a chorus of howls, bodiless voices raised in rage and despair.
Remember yourselves, Pargrunen. Defend the battery.
Yeah. We're just trying to restore this place.
Leave it to me.
Oh, this is mildly annoying. Barely see what's going on. Would you heal up? Where are you? You're screwed. Oh, you're paralyzed again.
Lead the way.
You're no longer paralyzed?
Leave it to me.
No, don't go after the wizard. Nope, the wizard's down. Did we manage to take it out? Hey, we managed to take out one of them guardians. And that's it. I know, Didy stands back up again as he always does. Come on. There we go.
Leave it to me.
Come on, Ida. You got this. 3-on-1? Twice the size of you? And that's him unconscious again. Come on, you got one more revive in you. I've pretty... No, you don't. Which bleeding... Was it... Ah... Balderdash.
Of course.
Yoink.
Strengthen us with your
Yoink.
flame, Lord Abidan.
Save.
Temper us for the crucible ahead.
See, I knew that these automatons were going to come to life. What's annoying is that you can't do something with them until they come to life. The XML Plains, Zoshing Lake is renowned for its beautiful flowers that grow along the banks for several weeks every spring. Local farmers harvest flowers for a spring festival in all the nearby villages. In the past 3 years, 4 people have gone missing during the flower collections. No one has seen the abductions take place, but the people in the area have reported hearing a high-pitched whistle from within the tall reeds. When the abductees are discovered days later on the shore of a lake, they appear to be happy and smiling, unaware of the world around them. The blissful victims never recover from this state, most dying within a few weeks. A philosopher of the monasteries near Zoshing Lake advised local rulers to seek outside help with the problem.
The Guardians
yes.
will hold the door as long as need be.
Everyone else is ready. So few of us remain.
Lord Abidan, guide our hands and steel our hearts. Give us the mercy of your forge.
I think I might recognize the voice of
Dare
one
you
of
stick
those
your head
people.
in there?
Point Master Zoltan, I think I recognize the voice of. But I can't think why. Right, so.
Yes?
I wanted to say. Rig this.
Right here.
You're the
I'm
one who
here.
gets KO'd like all of the time.
Hey.
So if you 6 and go over here.
Uh-huh.
What stirs in the heart of the battery?
No, I didn't want to press on exit.
Heat. Tremors. They return.
Hide, 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 hide.
Remember yourselves, Pargrunin. Defend the battery.
Right.
Keep an eye out. I'm going.
Yep, screwed. Alright. I'm not gonna fuck around with this one.
Hey. Leave it to me.
More magic missiles, all the magic missiles.
Good shot.
Now that people are starting to come into position, let's have some lightning bolts. Everybody else go after this guy. Great stuff. More healing for you, and I'm not gonna do healing for you just yet. Let's. I really need a 5th level decent damaging spell. I don't really seem to have one.
Can't get a good shot.
God damn it, paralyzed. Right, now you do the Healy thingy. Do the Healy thingy. Thank you for the Healy thingy. Right, that's another one down. Take out this guy. More magic missiles. Because they're always fun. Never not fun. Come on, I need another couple of chance. You got more magic missiles going on? God damn it!
Hey.
Everybody focus on that person.
Can't get a good shot with this.
How's the chanting going? Why does it look like I'm not chanting? Right, I think that's almost all the Guardians down.
That's it.
There we go.
Good shot.
That stung a lot. Not sure if I can make you bleed, but I'm gonna try.
Hey.
Were de heal dan sawu.
I think that's everybody?
Hey,
Yeah. Hey, there we go.
of course.
I did the thing!
Hey,
It only took sacrificing one of my people to do it. The pillar tugs at your essence. Oh yeah. Oh, now I can talk to the pillar. Let's have a quick save in there.
Stop, Marauder! Our bodies are dust already. Must you profane holy ground with further violence?
You literally attacked me. I was willing to negotiate. Flames roar and whip from within the forge. As they rise, their glow washes the room in a glory crimson light.
Did the height of our walls offend you? Did we cross your borders? Sell you weak steel? Tell us, why did you invade our fortress?
Behind the anger and through the roaring flames, you hear the voice of a tired old man. Durgan's battery has been deserted for over 200 years.
No, that cannot be. Abidon wouldn't allow it.
Hooray! The flames flicker and shudder, and the stones beneath your feet grow suddenly cold.
Wake up, Exandru! This is why Abidan gave us the White Forge, that we might take up arms and deal with villains like this.
Heat surges once again from the forge, pricking your skin.
Such a magnificent device, and she can only see it as a tool for war. She shames our grandparents, who wandered this continent and...
Quiet, both of you! Can't you feel it? This chill. This silence.
The fires crackle and snap.
But you entered our keep and found it abandoned. Ruined. What happened to us?
The official story is that you destroyed yourselves, but it looks like someone or something invaded the battery.
I'd never seen anything like them. Twice the size of any ogre, and positively fearless. They were...
Eyeless. Yet no matter how hard we fought, or how deep we hid, they kept coming for us.
What were they?
Some kind of magfolk, but bigger than any we knew of. We who survived never got close.
They were relentless. Unnaturally so.
Why did they attack you? They didn't stop to explain themselves. Yet I wondered at what a monstrous wild might survive in a place like this.
We should have taken our steel and pushed east.
What's to say they didn't come from the east? From the lands Maroons so coveted?
It was a punishment for taking this gift of Abidon, the White Forge, and squandering it on our greed and vanity.
The other voices say nothing, but you feel their doubt and dissent in the stifling heat of the forge. Go on.
We retreated until there was no place left to go. Until those of us who remained were here.
Here, with the salvation Abidon had left us.
You used the White Forge to channel your souls into the battery.
Yes, using the same methods with which we had fashioned so much cold steel.
It was agony. Feeling your soul ripped from your flesh. Feeling every part of you torn asunder. But it saved us.
Saved? Really?
Imprisoned us.
More likely.
It was Abidon's grace. Now, we inhabit the monument our people built to the White Forge.
What does this have? What does this have to do with Abidon?
The White Forge belongs to Abidan, of course. It is here that he built his own body.
And whether he found this place or created it, it's a truly remarkable smithy.
We Pargrunin are wanderers by nature. But it was Abidan's call that led our forefathers here after generations spent along the Pearl Coast and Air Glonfath.
So the old stories say. Then again, I can't see any other reason our grandfathers would have stayed here when greener lands lay east.
How does the White Forge work?
Its fires have been blessed by Abidan. They're fed by Aora's molten heartbeat and veined with Audra that runs to the center of the world.
Which explains their conductive power. See, these Audra veins allowed us to siphon essence into steel as we shaped it.
And that essence, the extraordinary heat of the forge, and our smith's skill is what made Durgan's steel so remarkable.
I see. And now you're here in Durgan's battery.
Stuck here, you mean? With all the others who sought to escape the Eyeless.
Is that a bad thing?
Had we thought longer on the fate that awaited us, we might have chosen a quick death to this slow agony.
Blasphemy! There's no greater honor than remaining here, watching over the White Forge.
I suppose that's one way of looking at it.
I only wish we could protect this humble monument better.
Or do something. Anything. We were once among the greatest smiths in the known world. Tell me, do Kith still speak of us?
Would it matter now? Let go of this obsession with your reputation.
But it's more than our reputation. It's our legacy. What was the point of our work, our sacrifice, if it's so quickly lost?
Yet if our lives and labors are so easily forgotten, what was it that brought you here?
I'm hunting a I'm hunting a group called the Leading Key, and they were seeking a way into the battery. At this admission, you feel a softening in the essence of the Pargrunin. In one moment, each soul and fragment is distinct, and in the next, they form an indistinguishable host. You perceive them as a school of fish caught in a tide, a flurry of snowflakes on the wind, a pantry full of fragrant spices.
Then I hope you're satisfied with what you found here.
At least you get to leave this place.
But it was good to be remembered, however briefly.
As the souls of Durgan's battery speak to you, their collective essence takes shapes, much like Merwald's did. There are scores of them, all torn by conflicting purpose and trapped in the memory of their lost battle. You taste the bitterness of an uncertain existence and feel the persistent ache of centuries. It is a slow, agonizing fate, but you find it in your power to grant them another. See, this is a moral choice that I'm not really sure what to do with. It's also one of them where it's all I don't like that it's a definitive choice. You know, there's three people here who all want slightly different things, you know. essentially everything that's listed here. Some want to go free and return to the wheel, some want to defend the forge and the fortress built around it, and some would like to remain here and learn their skills and continue crafting so that their legacy continues. Picking any one of these is going to doom the other two to an existence that they don't really care for. The thing is, releasing them allows them to go about their business. There's a chance that their souls will awake and return to the forge and begin it anew, if they care that deeply for it. If they don't care that deeply for it, then they can be free to roam and do whatever they will. If I release their souls. You're free to roam again. Return to the wheel and seek new lives. You perceive a tenuous connection between the souls and the battery. As you sever them, the souls cry out, some in relief and others in rage. Pressure builds in the ether, which swarms the essence and energy. You cover your ears and grit your teeth against a devastating hum that builds in the core of your soul. The White Forge is now available for your use. It has a unique ability to refine Durgan iron ingots. Multiple iron ingots are required to create a single refined ingot. After refinement, these ingots can be used at any time in enchanting recipes that augment weapons, shields, and armor with Durgan steel. I made the refined I made the refined one, all one of them. Can now be used to create the legendary Durgan steel. I'm not seeing anything there. Anything else that I can click on? Look, people are ready to level up. Ah, there we go. White Forge enchantment. Statistics plus 15% attack speed plus 0.3 to crit damage multiplier, and 20% of hits converted to crits. But I don't have enough material. And a lot of these cannot be further upgraded or enhanced. Yeah, I should possibly deal with that at some point. Okay, so the pistol is 2, but everything else, or everything will vary. Okay. I'm going to assume this takes us pretty much straight out of a dungeon. and will provide us a quick way up and down, so we can revisit the forge when we get more steel chunks.
By the time you stepped out of Durgan's battery and into the new snow outside, word had already spread of strange lights rising from the fortress and energy crackling in the sky. The survivors of Starward flocked to Durgan's battery, their steps hastened by the promise of peace and prosperity at last. They mended their walls, gathered their strength, and prepared their town for the new opportunities that were sure to come. And with the voices of Durgan's battery silent at last, none heard the distant groan of something stirring among the peaks, as massive and relentless as an avalanche.
Well then. You have completed the Pillars of Eternity, the White March, Part 1. To begin the next chapter of the story, rest in any location outside of the White March. The crumbling edge of this long platform suggests that there once stairs leading down from here, perhaps joining with the pathway some distance below. It seems a manageable jump from here on this side, but you doubt you'll be able to return the same way. Jump. You leap, and for a dizzying moment the ground below flashes past, and then you are across a gap and upon the second tower. So yes. There we go. Right. So level everybody up. Let's make you a sign of flame. It's not a bad shout. Can't increase your lore. There's a new level of spells. Did I accidentally select? I know I can only choose one spell at this level. So if you wanted more weapon sets, you actually have to take a talent for them. That seems like a tremendous waste of a talent to me. Yeah, become a spirit of decay. Why not? It's one of them where it's like the Dell of Karnak is a much better mechanic than I am. Everybody's better than I am at a lot of these things. I'm just going to put it into stealth because why not? Sneaking around never did anybody any harm. Invocations. Are these the... yeah, 5 phrases chanted. Summon 2 ogres. Revives a friendly... AoE revive with friendly... with 50 endurance. Doesn't sound like a great idea. Oh, but knock on the door of Erdl and Gretel. Let's have Heart of the Storm. No idea what you're on about. Ah, ba 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 ba.
Of course.
Blade of the Endless Paths. I'm guessing it's somewhere in Stalwart Village. I've not done that. Where's this head? Some say they can be found around Longwatch Falls. You said sneaking around never did anyone harm until you're caught. I mean, what you do in your own time, Saber, is up to you, and yes, you should be arrested for that. Suppose I should go back to my keep and take care of whatever business that was. Invasion, guards, something like that. I'll deal with it after this lot, because I think I know where these people are. They're over here. And the one and only spot on this map that I've not been to, although I don't think I've been back into this cave. Surprise! We've arrived. And this time with spells. No idea how this is going for everybody else. Do the heal. Do the heal. Heal? No. Alright, lay down unconscious then. Ah, son of a bee sting. Could you stop attacking me? No, you're just gonna kill me. Okay, great stuff. Let's try this one again. With feeling.
And then you hit your own father?
Not I. That was Isilmir.
Yeah, but you're the same person.
Flying cock's feathers to that!
I see your point.
Laying low.
Yes?
Open fire. Nope, you got knocked unconscious. Let's see if you can actually get that heal off.
Tell me.
Nope, you're gonna get paralyzed instead.
Certainly.
It's all gone a little bit sideways again. Who is this? Ida. When did you get up? Let's see how good these are. No, I don't want you to follow me. I want you to go murder that person. Right now, murder that person. This doesn't seem to be going well at all. Who's in the middle of that? Hey Sebastian, how goes it? Not seen my cat here in a short while. Run away! Condemn some under dragon. And kill this guy. Run away! How the hell did you move fast? Come on, finish it. Okay, great stuff. Right, just survive long enough, dragon, that I can summon another one of you. Nope, they're coming after me. They're coming after me. Run away! Run away! Keep running away! I'm running out of places to run away! Keep going, keep going. You're nearly there, you're nearly there. There we go! Summon another dragon.
Row at 10.
Alright, can we hold on? Long enough to be able to do this. I think we might just about be able to do this. We're up to 4 chance. Right. Take off that shot. Shit. Arrogance! Nope, you kill it. I run away.
Where they build.
Hey, make it. How's it going? Thank you for looking.
Finish them!
Just kill it already. Nope, run away, run away, run away, run away. Come on.
Row at 10!
No, I want you to kill that thing while I run away. Don't run after me. There we go. Right.
Hey.
Move backwards. People are not looking so good, but we have the upper hand. They're not looking so good either. We killed most of them.
Hey.
Right. Just gonna loot that little lot and then move back to town. How long do I have for this thing? We got another 2 days and 2 hours on that, so I think we're good for now. Gonna go back to town. Well, actually, no, let's just rest up out here. Because why not? A wealthy noble by the name of Lord Sidrock has arrived at the stronghold. He seeks aid in defending his keep from rivals. He was nearly set upon by brigands on the road, but your patrols intervened. Oh, he wants me to go there. Okay.
Hey.
Can't just speak to me in my mail. He has to be like, I want you to be here and for you to ask questions. Or answer questions. Right. Save. Move very carefully forward.
Where?
Let's take care of that guy first. Yeah, that guy first. Right, let's not fuck around with this. Because they are not fucking around. Yep, you're unconscious already. I want you to concentrate on that one. Let's not worry too much about the rest of this. And the Devil of Karnak is down. Alright, I said no fucking around. Let's cast some magic missiles. Who the? Blue blazes? Alright, if in doubt, summon some ogres. You, smash that guy. Well, everybody just make with a smushing. Anyway, I'm afraid we've got to be clearing and clear to go into the office tomorrow, and I need to get up early for work. Thank you for the scrum. Catch you later. Alright, catch you later, my kid. Yeah, glad that you're now clear to return to civilization.
Alright then.
Hey, more level ups. I think that's the rest of them for now, isn't it? I don't know. I think you've missed a level. Yeah, you're still a little bit short there. But everybody else gets a level up. Take a level in survival. Let's go for binding wounds on you. I think that little bit of healing helps at times. Don't have enough ranks for mechanics. And you're another spirit of decay, I feel.
Hey.
Right, so where did that need to go? Tildor. Or Tildor. Teal or tail, one of the two. Blum, 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 blum. I think they're over here. After several more abductions took place at Zoshin Lake, the Grieving Mother discovered that a previously unknown beast was behind the attacks. A strange ruby-red beetle would grab the locals and feed on their worst memories. Victims would initially fight back, but would quickly enter into a blissful state and drop their resistance. Unfortunately, the beetle would eventually devour all their memories, leaving their minds vacant and broken off from the world. The Grieving Mother was able to track the beetle to its nest and kill it. The locals were relieved to hear that the beetle had been killed, but dismayed to learn that the eggs dismayed to learn that hatched eggs were discovered near the nest. As a parting gift, the philosopher from Zoshin Monastery created a wand for Grieving Mother from one of the beautiful red reeds that grows along the lake. The hell? My son, do you see your sisters across the moor? Someone will-o'-the-wisp. Interesting item. And we collected the taxes. The Gleaming Society is no more. Plenty of folk happy to hear it. Last thing we need out here is another war. Take this. He gives you a bag of coin. I've heard some new reports from dangerous folk about. Perhaps you're interested in going after them too? I'm interested to hear new bounties you mentioned. That'd be the Disciples of a True Flame and the old Dunrid Hunting Lodge. Those others you handled are lambs by comparison. Jesus. Tell me more about the Disciples of a True Flame. He scratches the back of his neck. I don't know what to make of this one, but the word is, it's a group of dragon cultists. He holds up his hands. I know it sounds bizarre. I didn't believe it myself until I heard they torched an outpost north of Maiden Falls for clearing a nest of worms, they said. Last I heard, they made camp near Longwatch Falls. They shouldn't be hard to spot. What have all done run a hunting lodge? Aetherians with way too much time and money. They travel around hunting monsters for sport. But they leave a mess of wrecked property and dead bodies, kith, I mean, in their wake. They've been charged with murder and general mischief in Defiance Bay, New Heomar, and a dozen towns, other towns in between. Someone saw them hunting in Russetwood, so you might want to look for them there. Okay, that sounds delightful. Yeah, have more athletics, because that's... What does athletics do? Once per encounter, characters with athletics can use second wind ability to recover lost endurance. The higher the athletics score increases the effect of second wind. In conversation and scripted interactions, athletics is used for physical feats like climbing, swimming, and jumping. So it's pretty much useless apart from the one thing that we very rarely get off. I'm going to give you Binding Wounds as well.
Hey.
Search the fishery at night. I don't think it's night. Although I don't actually know what they consider night around here.
Alright then.
Hour 16, be 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Right, let's head back to the keep. Do 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 do.
I must say, I'm impressed.
Botanical Gardens have been finished. You can actually go inside these buildings now.
Well met, friend.
It's good to see you, my lord. I have all manner of odds and ends here, acquired from every corner of the Drywood. Spider venom, skullduggeries, anything you might wish. I'd like to see what you have. Certainly. So this is likely to be the place to get the random things that you need for enchantments. Kind of. Thing is, don't think so. Yeah, it's already got exceptional. For superb, I need Sky Dragon Eye. Oh, and level 12, which I do believe we've just hit. Sky Dragon Eyes. Do you have Sky Dragon Eyes? You do not have Sky Dragon Eyes. What use are you whatsoever? Also, don't like the idea of having to go hunt Sky Dragons. I've met 2 dragons so far, and both of them just squished me. It wasn't pleasant. There's a lot of combats in this game that aren't very pleasant.
I must say, I'm impressed.
You've said that twice now. We've been here a grand total of about 5 minutes. Dual-wielding melee weapons offers the fastest attack rate but lacks the per-hit damage of a single weapon. The accuracy of
Welcome.
a single-handed weapon and the lack of defense if you wield a shield. Oh yes, traps. I see your traps and raise you several thousand more. But it's somewhere to sell them at least. Ta-da! Should look at that and click on this and complete the last of them, the merchant stalls. I wonder what it takes to enchant armor. Something I've not looked at in a while. There are dragons in ales. Love the way that I'm basically running around without armor on. Never have done, probably never will do. See, I'm not sure. It says negative 15 armor speed penalty, but its armor speed penalty is already a negative. So does that mean that it's going to remove 15% of that speed penalty, or is it going to add on more speed penalty? Because it kind of makes sense that, you know, if Durgan reinforced armor is lighter, then it makes it quicker. But I can't see it making clothes quicker, to the point where it's actually faster to wear these clothes with steel inside of it than it is to wear the clothes. Let's have a save and see what happens.
Amazing. You could fit a whole village in here.
I'm just now curious. Does it tell me here? It doesn't. Most annoying. They're going to change it if I do it to some of the heavy armors, because it might be a case that you're just not allowed to lower it down below 0, which would also make sense. It also then means that potentially I get to wear armor as I find a suit of armor that will do. Right, let's try on this one. No, it still didn't. It doesn't tell me. It just says negative 15 armor speed penalty. But it doesn't affect this number. It's slightly, again, this is, yeah, the raw stats on this was 50, but it doesn't, or are you meaning the person's stats over here? I don't think it's got a speed stat. It's not telling me the speed stat though, which is the thing that it's affecting. See, we've got Armored Grace. fighter is perfectly suited to wearing even bulky and restrictive suits of armor, lowering their recovery penalty significantly. And that's at 20%. And it's got exactly the same wording, or lettering here, negative 20% armor speed penalty. So with that, it's at a negative 35, but it doesn't. You know, this is one of the things where it's like, it's got a lot of numbers, it just doesn't have the number that I'm looking for in any of this, where it says, this is your current penalty. Because you're wearing armor. Cheers. In the meantime, I'm going to reload it just in case it's not doing the thing. And also, you know, the other thing that it's not doing, or it's doing in some cases, as I've just noticed on Ida's equipment, is like some of the items that he's wearing, their effects are suppressed because they've got other items that are better than it.
Amazing. You could fit a whole village in here.
But why is there loot just on the ground over here? Who knows? Let's have a look at the tavern. Or Bright Hollow. Pillars of Eternity has been localized into several languages. If you would like to experience the game in a different language. It's nice that it's been localized, but I don't think, you know, it's...
We don't see enough fountains in dear wooden architecture.
I'm just trying to make sense. You know, it's like this place, the laboratory, it's like, it's just purely aesthetical. Hey, Retro Ted, thank you for the raid. Greetings, raiders. Okay, according to the official forum, negative X is a benefit. The thing is, do the benefits stack? Because he's got the armor grace, or armored... Yeah, armored grace, which lowers it by 20%. Amazing. Can I then stack on the other one? Howdy, Retro Ted. How was your game? I do believe you were playing Baldur's Gate. Sorry, I totally forgot that you were streaming this evening, so I didn't check in before. Yeah, Baldur's Gate, Shadows of Arm. How's it going? You any less confused with that game yet? Oh, or are you as confused as I am with this game? We started the trade meet quests. I don't think I ever did the trade meet quest line. It's one of them where I never really got around to finishing the game or playing even half of its content, I think. I do recommend it. It's a really good game. It's just never got round to finishing it. Lord Sidrock. It's good you're here. I simply must speak with you, my lady. Very well, we will hear. Bad druids were sent running. Bad druids are bad. As you are sure, as I am sure you are well aware, wealth is has a way of birthing enemies. My fortress is beset by thieves. I'm sure one of the lesser nobles is after my treasure. This has the stink of jealousy upon it. It'll be weeks before I can secure my holdings, and by then it will be too late. I haven't the connections to hire mercenaries on short notice. And so I turn to you, my lady. Is there anything you can do? I'd like to a moment to discuss this with my people. Certainly. With a respectful bow, Sidrock steps back out of earshot. Here's your chance, Devil. Get him feeling safe and clear out that vault. The thing is, I don't really want Devil to leave me at the moment. It stacks, apparently. Okay. See, that's good to know, because then, in theory, I can apply it to either... So I've only got the 1 bar, but it only takes 1 bar to do armor. I could apply it to a 15% reduction armor and actually wear armor for once. And then I could enchant that up and it'd be respectable armor for myself. Likewise, if I gave it to either with it stacking with Armored Grace, it'll take it down to, you know, the penalty will be 35 less, and I'm guessing it's 35. At the moment he's wearing armor that reduces him by 50%. By having a negative 35%, it'll take him back up to only a 15% penalty. I think. I don't think it means 35% of 50%, which is, you know, you're starting to get into fractions here, but it's essentially about 16% faster. Motion your guest to return. I'll see that these jealous rivals are dealt with. Marvelous. May I inquire your intentions? I'm sure Alof can handle them discreetly. Thank you, my lady. It is an enormous relief to have this burden off my shoulders. Alof will be busy for 7 days. Bless you. Yeah, recovery is flat 100. With the 50% penalty, it's 150. With the negative 35 of the 50, that's a 115. Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty sure if I look in my suits of armor, I don't actually have a really good set, I don't think. Yeah, fine robes, which is a negative 15. If I take a look at myself. So I'm currently wearing Dear Woden armor. Dear Woden clothing, which is light armor, which has no speed penalty. Which is kind of what I wanted, because I'm using a fairly slow gun. I didn't really want that speeding up. Plus, as well, it might affect my spellcasting, as well as my chant stuff. Not entirely sure. But if I give this the White Forge reinforcement, the fine robes, which is a negative 15, becomes 0 again. And then I can actually have some DR of 5, which is 5 better than I was on. And plus as well, I could possibly look at exceptional, superb. You know, at the moment it's a base of 3 with plus 2. I could give it a base of 3 with a plus 4 for 7. 9, and then potentially later down the line an entire plus 8 damage reduction, giving me a 10 and no speed penalty. What stats are important for me? Intelligence, because I want that duration. Don't really think I want the proofing, because I'm never quite sure. I mean, I could put some proofing on this. Let's have some slash proofing, because why not? It just doesn't hurt to have the proofing on there. And there we go. I am now far, far more defended up than I was. Damage reduction goes from 3, 6 to cold, 8 to lightning, to 10, 13 to slashing, 13 to cold, 15 to lightning. My survivability has gone up. Although maybe I should have done it on their body. Can I actually give you... There we go. It's now exceptional. It's not increase the speed at all, but it does mean that you've got slightly better damage reduction.
Hey.
Right, and seeing as how I've just sent Alof away for a while, I need to figure out who I'm going to be taking instead. So much junk! Ooh, some more Vithrak brains. Oh, is there any? Jasper, Worm, Trollskin, Skull there. No, nothing of use particularly in there. I was hoping that maybe they'd have a Sky Dragon Eye. Right. The Grieving Mother. So let's take the Grieving Mother. Oh yes, I wanted to manually resolve this while I'm here. Alright, cheers Saber for that. Yeah, it's one of them where it's like, you really do need, it's not detailed very well within the game. You really do need to start mucking around in the background. Or mucking around with, hex editors and the like, and trying to find which values are changing and where and how and the rest of it. Summon the ogres! It's totally useless, but hilarious at the same time. Watch is irritating somewhat.
The stones and the spirits in this place have begun to heal.
All right then.
Right. Don't know why I'm scrolling that. Didn't want to scroll that. I think some of my hirelings might have died. Ooh, I had a Crucible Knight. Useful. I prefer the security over the prestige, but I think we're out of... Yeah, we got 1/1s left. Oh, the Grieving Mother has leveled up, possibly several times. Take the amplified wave. It's the only option that we have available.
Hey.
Is everybody on 12? Yeah. Right, while we're here, let's rest up. Well, yes, the hirelings are there to die for my cause, but they're also, you know, it kind of helps if you keep them alive. They gain experience that way, and, you know, you don't have to pay for replacements. Yeah, it's just not cost effective if you're constantly having to replace the damn things. All these options! Take the intellect one. Purely selfish reasons. I benefit from intellect. As you sleep, you are buoyed and buffeted by the vagaries of dreams. They tumble and thrash about you and fill your mind's eye with pale, glittering motes. They resolve into a light snowfall and the biting northerly wind. You recognize the mountains of a white march rising around you, and you shiver. You see Stalwart a few miles away, quiet and still, but a few curling streams of smoke rising from the chimneys. Durgan's battery is perched above it, its shadow stretching into the valley. Above it all, you hear a deep, low rhythm. At first it sounds like a distant drumming, but it grows louder, cracking through the dry air and booming from the mountain peaks. It builds until you feel it reverberating beneath your feet. Watch and listen. Each thud comes louder and faster than the next. Thunder echoes from the mountaintops as great sheets of ice and snow tumble down the slopes. But the rhythm keeps building, shattering frozen lakes and crystal saucers. New ravines split through the mountains as old chasms fill with snow and scree. A rockslide buries Stalwart and Durgan's battery into shaken rubble. Shadows rise over the mountains. The vanguard of a massive army, you flee. You tumble from the foothills and bound across the direwood, feeling the rumble of the advancing army all the while. Barricade yourself in Said Nua. Said Nua rises from the forest, its bending walls reaching out to you like a pair of strong arms. You barricade yourself within the great halls as the pounding grows closer still. It rattles the foundations of the keep, and just as the masonry begins to shake loose, you hear the unholy battle cry coming from your courtyard. The ceiling collapses and sends a cascade of bricks and beams onto your head. You struggle to wakefulness, kicking and at the bedding knotted around your legs. As you shake free of the last bonds of sleep, you hear a whisper forming in a language you've never heard, and you see an image of 100 shifting, staring eyes. You wake feverishly warm and covered in sweat. That's cheerful. The thing is, now at level 12, I think I've got the level to go through a lot of the areas in the main game. So I'm going to focus on that for a bit. Because I'm pretty sure 12 was the level cap before the expansions. I'm not sure what they've done for the expansions, whether they... Wait, where am I going? That's a good question. Let's go to Craig's Halt. Crag Halt. That's somewhere where I went and it was a little bit difficult. But I don't know whether they, because the level cap got raised, I don't know whether they went back and readjusted the other areas or whether they left them as is. I would think they would leave them as is, because that way, you know, you can over-level by doing the White March a little. And then when you come back, you can deal with things slightly easier. So everything in this area should be a bit of a cakewalk, because I'm technically at the highest level of the game. Ow.
I bring your end.
Who brings my end?
I bring your
I've got low endurance. Still not easy, this bit.
Leave it to me.
I've fallen unconscious. Still a couple of people that aren't even bleeding injured yet.
I bring
Sure, why not? Let's bring out whatever this summons.
I bring.
Oh my word.
Leave it to me.
So this isn't a piece of cake, as I assumed it would be. I think I'm going to be very annoyed at this game if it is one of them where it's like, you know, I don't mind games being challenging towards the end and difficult, but at the same token, if it's getting to be ridiculously difficult, and every fight is like you need to use all of your best abilities just near constantly, I don't think that's going to be something that I want to go through. How the hell did he get over there? armor are you wearing? See, it's not like it's terrible armor that you're wearing. You know, it's better than mine.
Hey.
Oh.
Leave it to me.
There we go. Holland's key. Holland's money.
Hey.
Quick save. Because cannot trust this with anything. Pyromancer, War Priest. Go for the War Priest.
Beyond sea.
Get rid of the healer. Marksman. Now, I just got dragged into a fight that I really didn't want to be in. Yes, I know that I'm low endurance. There's just not much I can do about it because I'm getting my arse handed to me. No, I really could do with you finishing off that bleeding War Priest. Now we go after this Pyromancer. Oh, you got knocked out.
I'm here.
I'm just getting absolutely swamped. Blah. Run away! Wait, where am I going? This wants me to travel to Twin Elms. I do have one side quest related to Pelagina for Twin Elms, so maybe they'll be available when I get there. Right, Elm Shore, I believe. Yay, I've done all the upgrades in the stronghold. Woo! So there's nothing more I can do for it. Apart from do these quests as and when they come up.
All right then.
Towards the top of this map. So let's head northward. Quick save in there. And that is an ogre. That's a lot of ogres. That's more ogres. But at the same token, this isn't feeling terrible. Two more druids and two more ogres. That stung, whatever it was. Are we focusing on this ogre? Take out the other ogre druid. Don't look at the devil of Karnak. Just about done.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Almost felt that one.
Of course.
Okay, let's wait here
Your thoughts must
until.
flow deeply indeed.
Ready, Watcher.
Oh, is that an AoE thing? Oh, it affects the user.
Lead the way.
Oh, well, maybe everybody needs it. Whoops, some daisies. I thought it was, you know, apparently it allows you to bind your own wounds, but you're not smart enough to be able to figure out how to apply it to anybody else. Right, so there's Elm Shore Cave up over there. We're gonna finish off scouting out this area, Raphael. Itchy eyeball. There's a bridge.
What have we here?
Where they build on Saul. Dead on.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
The way it's all like, immune, immune, immune. I think I'm winning.
Leave it to me.
Oh, wrong button. Don't do that, don't do that. There we go.
Uh-huh. Spot on.
All right then.
There we go.
Where they build on Saul.
Are they only once per... Oh, rest. Oops. They used all their invisibility in the first fight. Whoopsies. Have you tried hitting it with a bigger hammer?
Dead
It's usually how it works.
My mind feels sharp.
Not sure if how flame blights and rain blights exist in the same-ish area. You'd think they'd just cause each other to explode.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
Curiosity. Almost like steps going down into an adler crystal. This game mechanic is bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, there used to be. So one of the things that really annoys me in World of Warcraft, what it used to be is you've got your baseline 4 elementals, you know, fire, water, air, and earth, and you can do fire, water, or cold. Fire, cold. I think nature and shadow damage. But one of the things that used to kind of make sense is, you know, if you were going up against a fire elemental, fire damage did nothing for you. And if you were going up against a water elemental, I don't. Ew, wow me. And so, if you did the corresponding damage type, it just didn't do anything with it. If you used one of the, you know, so like fire and water would cancel each other out, earth and air would cancel each other, or the same element would cancel each other out. So water versus fire would do increased damage, but air and earth would do standard damage. And it all kind of made sense. That's not a pretty place to be in. You're also currently stuck. Okay, maybe I might have bitten off a little bit more than I can chew right here. Doesn't help that.
This is getting nowhere.
Stuck in position.
Yeah.
How good, you went unconscious already. But no. But yeah, eventually World of Warcraft removed that mechanic, and it's like, yeah, you can cast Fireball at a fire elemental and it does damage. I think if you do the opposite corresponding damage, then it gives you a bit of a damage boost, but nothing near the level that it used to.
Hey.
Rest in the lair of a sky dragon. This bow... A lookout of a pirate ship, grinning Marline, took Stormcaller from the captured merchant ship. He used Stormcaller to fire on enemy ships from the crow's nest. While the Marlina approached, he could set aflame the enemy sails or peg any fleeing ships with rope arrows. However, when the captain began to look with envy on the marvelous bow, he jumped ship, sold Stormcaller, and became a fisherman. And now we just need to rest in the lair of a storm dragon. Because that's the easiest thing to do in the world. I don't even know where a storm dragon lair is. It could be that dragon we found in the White March. Because I'm pretty sure that's where the bow came from.
Lead the way.
So you can do that and feel slightly better.
Hey.
But you are screwed. Let's have a quick save. Do you have a ranged weapon? No, you don't have a ranged weapon.
Hey.
Adra Arch.
Were they built on?
Focus on the Adragan. Then let's move on to the whites. I'm surprised that the Dell of Karnak hasn't died yet. Oh no, there they go, they died.
Hey.
Can people permanently die? Dead adventurer. Oh, there's camping supplies, and we're full on them, so we're gonna take a rest. Let's get some hit points back. Pelagina finished escorting the Deft Hands, and returns to the stronghold. Yay! 4 more days and then our offer returns. And everybody's feeling peachy again. Oh, dead bodies lying around. Itchy eyeball. Alright, let's take the South Bridge first, because we're here.
Anyone suspected of treachery must be reported at once. Good, you have come. You have heard of the recent defections from our order caused by this apostate in Praetum.
The answer floats on the surface of your consciousness, remembered from ages ago. Yes, I have.
This is a dangerous woman whose lies spread like plague. She inspires chaos, sows conflict. Because of these unusual circumstances, I am speaking to all our initiates personally to ensure there is no more dissension.
You mean because she was one of us?
Who she was no longer matters. If her following continues to grow, there will be war, and all our work will be undone. You were recruited from Grey Tomb, were you not? You must have known this heretic woman, Yavara.
At hearing of the name, a flood of memories pours into your mind. No, we never met.
Are you sure?
Yes, I haven't met her before.
As you say then. But I warn you, it would be unfortunate should I learn differently from anywhere else. I am trusting you to remain loyal to the gods in this. If you do not, you will have greater powers than me to answer to. But you will answer to me as well.
I understand, Your Eminence. There's a lot of bacon in them boars. Well, boar meat. I think boars taste like bacon, just a lot richer. Don't quote me on that though. Pretty sure I've had boar, I just can't recall it. That'll take me to Half Song. Do 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 do. We are aware to a certain degree that this game is going to become one of them where you need to peg every advantage you have. And you know, it's like use potions and spells and everything. The man on the ground gasps for air, clutching at his chest as he struggles. On closer examination, you see his red cloak obscures the full extent of his injuries. His face whitens as blood pools around him. Please, traveller. He reaches out, arduously extending his hand to you. What happened? Forgetful, so careless, he mutters, blood seeping from his lips. Cuts on my knuckles from morning practice. He holds his blood-soaked hand out in front of him. The Stelgars, they smelled the blood on me. They thought they'd earned their next meal. He reaches down to clutch his leg, his finger running along the jagged length of bone protruding from his knee. They were almost correct. The man lets out a long sigh and smiles at you with a slow, knowing nod. You're known to us, Watcher. We know you have treated others honestly, fairly. His face becomes pale and he lapses into a wide smile. And I have need of someone trustworthy to finish my mission. Not gonna lie, your wounds look too severe to be helped. He nods. I have borne upon my flesh countless injuries, and I know this time I will not recover. The long walk of my life concludes here, but my soul is prepared. This must be delivered to my order. The monk weakly grasps at his satchel, drawing from it a messenger's scroll case. Take it, he rasps, waving the missive at you. It needs to be carried to the celestial sapling. Give this to my brothers. They will reward you. Do not open it, he cries out, his voice cracking. Its contents are for my brothers only. If the seal is broken, they will. Blood erupts from the man's mouth, streams of red oozing down his neck. His head slumps backwards, and his body goes still. Stow the scroll case in your pack. You place the scroll case in your pack and venture onwards. He didn't say don't loot his body. Is that crossable? All the way it's like, this needs to go to a place that you've never heard of, never been to. Oh, the crossing's there. Oh, that wasn't eventful.
Keeping an eye out.
See if sneaking around allows me to perceive anything. Not a thing. It doesn't even get a map marker. Let's head to this cave back here. Sure, the sealed missive can wait a little while. Depending on the nature of this cave.
Leave it to me.
Oh. Go after the druid.
Leave it to me.
Right here.
Can we get around to that other druid? Pretty sure they've reused this cave from elsewhere. Not that one. Don't do. I don't want you to do whatever it is that you're doing. I want you to do that one. And then that one. And now kill this ogre. You're in a lot of pain.
Ready one. Got an arrow for that. Yeah.
Of course.
Slow and silent.
The bones have been snapped and crushed by massive teeth.
If you say so. Got it done.
Cave Carl. But yeah, right at the start of the game there's a den with a bear in it, and I'm pretty sure it's this exact same cave. It wasn't a very long place at all. Are we crawling around? We are. Let's see what the next map kind of looks like. Might push my luck and explore it a little, but if it's a lot of NPCs, I'm probably going to be leaving it here. Oh, there isn't anywhere off the south of this map, is there? No, there isn't. It will take you 12 hours to complete your journey from Elmshore to Halfsong. Sure, why not? Yeah, this is a run around, talk to everybody kind of place. Hey, Maras, stay a little.
Tread carefully, Estremor.
The warrior saunters over, a sneer of suspicion visible beneath streaks of paint. He glances at your gear before favoring you with a long look. Another fugitive from the burning city? The 6 tribes of Inglathath welcome you to Twin Elms. Before you lies the Heartsong district. You are free to explore it, but do not let your feet stray into the other districts. They are forbidden to Esther Morwen. What can you tell me about Twin Elms? The city is sacred to all Glenfarthans, as it is a place where our ancestors first encountered the Builders. That fated meeting turned our people from generations of wandering to a permanent home among the Builders' relics. When the Builders commanded us to settle here, they allowed us the unique privilege to live among their structures here. It is the only place the Glenfarthans were. It is the only place where in Glenfarth. It is the only place in El Glenfarth where this is permitted. The sacred city is divided into 4 districts: Halfsong, the Commons district; Old Song, the site of our temples; Elm's Reach, home to the Delegavan and Druids; and the Burial Isle, which is the most sacred place in the city. I'd like to hear about Halfsong. This is Halfsong. This is it's a place where Glenfarthans and Esther Moran may gather together. It is also the site of the Passage of the Six, where our tribal leaders and Amphatha meet. Points to a large building round building at the other end of the district. Hey, charming misfit, how are you? How's it going? Yeah, how's it going? Charming Misfit is a streamer. I'm gonna do the thing. I have a button for shoutouts. I have a command for shoutouts. I do recommend checking out their streams. They stream a little bit later than I usually stream, and most of the people. Trying to think what I want to do for dinner. I always recommend Chinese food. I'm not doing too bad. I'm coming towards the end of my stream this evening. I'm a bit of a lightweight streamer. I only ever do 3 hours at a time. My voice starts to give out if I try to do any longer. But yeah, I had teriyaki chicken with rice. The chicken had green beans and something else. What was the other thing? Oh, onions, that was it. Now that I say it out loud, I think that's actually more Japanese. I'm pretty sure teriyaki is Japanese. But at the same time, you know, Chinese food is always great. Especially if it's cooked by somebody else and delivered. But yes, Charming Misfit was last seen playing some Dead by Daylight. But yeah, go check them out. Very welcoming channel. Lots of fun watching, and occasionally if they're playing a game which, you know, Dead by Daylight, for example, where people from the community can also join in. Although, don't be one of these people that basically say, I'm here, I want to play, because, you know, sometimes you just need to get to know these people. But yeah, well recommend to. This is the other reason why I only have a stream for like 3 hours at a time. My brain starts to go and I cannot English anymore. I mean, I can barely English at the start of my streams when it comes to the reading, but the talking. He points at the large round building at the other end of the district. And that way is the market guard. That way is the market. Guard your purse there. No one bargains like a Glenfartham. And if you need a place to stay, follow the fence to the east. There you will find your way to the Celestial Sapling. Which temples lie in Old Song? There's Noonfrost, which is dedicated to Rimgrand, a group of pale elves from the frozen Southlands arrived not long ago to oversee it. There is also the Nest, and Temple of Hyley, and Galawain's Moor, a den of beasts dedicated to the hunter god. The route to the burial isle also lies that way. Tell me about Helm's Reach. There lies Tir Evron, one of the only towers of the builders still in perfect condition. 2 great elm trees twine around it. Even the mightier works of the gods protect the works of the builder. 2 Delegam sisters dwell there now. The Hall of the Warriors stands at the other end of the district. Rumor has it that the Amathaf Simrock of Three Tusk Stelgard is now there. And I just got a notification. Do you believe that is a follow from Fun Tomato Streams? Another streamer that I enjoy watching when I get the chance. When's the audiobook? The audiobook is never likely to happen. Sorry, I missed a bunch of chats. I love playing with people. There's lots of horror games recently. I also like the multiplayer horror games. I do like multiplayer horror games. I love multiplayer games in general. I don't play many on stream. I don't know why I don't play more on stream. I think because a lot of multiplayer games don't have an ending per se. You know, you got Phasmophobia, Dead by Daylight, Left 4 Dead, and those kind of games where it's like, yes, you can play them over and over again because they're fairly short, but if I started streaming them, I'd never know when to stop streaming them. I know that I could stop streaming them when I'm bored and tired of them, but I don't. With Pillars of Eternity, which is what I'm currently playing, it's one of them where I tend to I get bored of. It's not a boring game, and I enjoy the game. It's just I like to go on and experience other things. So this is session 26 of this, I believe. The longest one that I played was Pathfinder Kingmaker, which went on for 80 sessions. By the end of that, it was a good and enjoyable game, and I'm so glad that I got to the end of it. But oh my god, I started up every stream thinking, please let this be one of the final streams. I am just done with this. I want to move on to new and different things. And with multiplayer games, I'm not entirely sure if it'd be great for me if I didn't know when to end it. There we go. Buttons. Because Honestly, I think more Chinese restaurants tend to be very Asian fusion. Yeah, there's a few Asian fusion. We don't do that as much over here, I don't feel, in the UK. You tend to go, you'll go to a Japanese, Chinese, Korean, Thai is another popular one, and they tend to be very traditional. I want to say traditional. I know that some of the recipes and some of the meals that they provide at these places aren't traditional, but I don't feel that we get as many fusions over here. But yes, Phantomato streams, they were last seen playing a Labyrinthine. I also know that they've played the one that was free on Epic not too long ago. I think they also tend to focus on horror and or spooky games. Me, I only stream spooky and or horror games once a week, and that tends to be on the Friday. Right, let me just finish this up and then I can go to the just chatting and get my face nice and big on everybody's screens. The Hall of Warriors stands the other end of the district. Rumour has it that the Anamath Simok of Three Tusk Stelgar is there now. Elm's Reach is also where the Druids keep their halls. There are the Oviates of the Golden Grove and the Elthic Knoll of Blood Sands. Many shudder at the burial sacrifices of ethnic Knoll, but High Ovate Eron is just as powerful in her own way. God, some of these words. Do you know anything about the Burial Isle? It is a place where our Anamatha have laid to rest amongst stones placed by the builders. They say the souls of some of the Anamatha linger there still. The way lies through Old Song. It is the holiest place in all of Twin Elms. That's all I wanted to know about the city. Thank you. Why is it forbidden to enter the remaining districts of Twin Elms? Twin Elms is a sacred city built where the first keepers of the stone met the builders. It exists alongside the works of the builders, and it is the only place in all Glenfarth where it is permitted to set a foot among these sacred places. In Esthramoren, however, the Esthramoren, however, do not have the proper respect for the stones here. His word triggers something in your memory. You see an image of a perfect cube of Adra. Just as quickly, the image fades. A leader of one of the tribes could give you permission of the city. Only Anamantha Breathwell is present in the Passage of Six today, and she has her own troubles. He jerks his head along at the long hut in the middle of the district. You have other questions about Twin Elms? I haven't heard of the Keepers of Stone. The oldest of the 6 tribes, he points at the tip of his sword at the long hut behind him. Up the stairs and into the Passage of the Six. This is where our Amanthara gather. Bethwell, the Anamathan of the Guided Compass, can tell you more. Who are the builders? You know them as the Engwithan. To us, they are the builders, creators of sacred places that we guard to this day. Well, keep your words in mind. Best that you keep your visit brief. Word has reached our ears that the riots have ended and the gates of Defiance Bay have opened once more. Okay, so I can go back to Defiance Bay now, maybe. End of session 26. End of session 26. Bum ba bum. Alright, let's go back to just talking for a bit. Phantomato streams. Phantomato streams also streams Genshin on Tuesdays. Yeah, Genshin's one of them where it's like I've got a group of friends that were sort of, oh, Genshin is out, and it's like, okay, I'll give it an install and play it for a bit, and it's like, it's alright. It's a bit of a gacha game. I'm not too keen on them, but, you know, like most gacha games, you don't have to buy in if you don't really want to. But it also seemed a bit MMO and very large. And then it was one of them where it's like, I wasn't all that, you know, it looked good. It was an enjoyable game, but I couldn't sit there for days on end playing it. And so shortly after it came out, I was so like played it for like the entire weekend, and then so like by the next weekend where it's like, yeah, I could play some more Genshin, and it was like, so guys, where are we up to? And it's like, oh yeah, we're all like massively overleveled for what you want to do, but we'll come back and join you if you want. And it's like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'll leave you to that, because I wasn't really excessively sold on it, you know. I enjoyed it, but there's a lot of games out there that I enjoy. I enjoy World of Warcraft. I enjoy Final Fantasy XIV. I enjoy, you know, strategy games, Command and Conquer. I enjoy city builders like SimCity and Cities Skylines. That's the one. But also the alternative ones, such as the one on Mars. I've forgotten what it's called. Beyond Mars? No. It's called something to do with Mars anyway. So my focus for big and long games is very much like, yeah, I can play it for a weekend and then I'll get bored and wander away. Unless I'm streaming it. I do a lot better streaming these things. Anyway. It has come to time for me to bid you all a good time zone. We are going to be raiding out to JStation64, who is currently playing some No Man's Sky. They are doing an expedition, as it were. I will be back on Friday, which is tomorrow, about 9 o'clock. I stream Bioshock on Fridays. I stream Pillars of Eternity on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you'd like to hang out with me and the rest of the community that I am, there are 4 streamers, me, JStation64, Retro Ted, and Krifu Banal, have all formed a Discord together where we all hang out and talk about video games, geeky things, and all that kind of good stuff. So if you want to join the Discord, it is over there where you'll get notifications when any of us go live. I would say About All the Glitters Explodes, but that has gone on hiatus now. At the end of a 2nd season, I need to turn off the Nightbot notification for that. Or change the Nightbot notification to the YouTube. If you search Manapot Studios, All the Glitters Explodes over on YouTube, you'll actually find our streams. That's from the 1st to the end of well, it's about midway through, or it's towards the end of season 2 at the moment up on YouTube. The guy who edits them needs some time to finish that off and get the rest of them up there, because the last one was on Tuesday. That's my streams. That's All the Glitters Explodes. That's the Discord. I think that is just about it. We're going to raid JStation64. Thank you, Retro Ted, for the raid earlier. Thank you, Saber, for the assistance in the game. Thank you, Charming Misfit, JStation64, Make_UK, Fun Tomato Streams, and anybody else who popped into the stream this evening. It was nice of you to join me, and I'll hope to see you all again soon. And until then, daddy bye.